Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnette D Love. Hello, if you didn't hear me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnette D Love. And yes, I am in casual mode today. I am in vacation, on vacation. I am just chilling on this Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to celebrate a little bit later with some guests and family. But I still told you I was going to come to you. Listen, I want to talk about vacationing. Let's go to Mark. And I did this on my radio show yesterday, so I hope you don't mind. But you know I'm a Christian, and I sometimes, some of my shows will be surrounded by Christianity. And since today is Sunday, I just wanted to talk about getting your vacation in, but I do want to use a scripture today. Mark 6:30-32. The apostles returned to Jesus and told him all that they had done and taught, and he said to them, "Come away by yourselves to a desolate place and rest a while, for many were coming and going, and they had no leisure even to eat. And they went away in the boat to a desolate place by themselves." So I just want to encourage you to get your vacation in. Go to a place where you can relax. Go to a place where, you can just leave the troubles of the world, get some peace and quietness. I'm telling you, we have to do it. And you know what? It doesn't matter how long you stay or how long you take this break. Like for me, we're only doing 4 days and 3 nights, but it was well worth it. I didn't have to answer any questions. I didn't have to make any moves. All I had to do was get up, put some clothes on, and relax. We went to the store, and what we go to the store for, y'all? To get some food. My cousin fixed us some crab cakes, homemade macaroni and cheese. We had some shrimp last night, and it was excellent. We ate potato chips. Got up this morning, had leftovers along with some egg casserole and a breakfast casserole. I mean, we just been chilling for the last few days, and it's just been very relieving. So I just want to encourage you on today to get you a vacation, get you some kind of break. Stop working so hard, stop putting everything above or before yourself. It's all about self-care, self-love. And so we want to make sure that we're taking the time that's needed in order to take care of ourselves and rest our bodies and everything. So that's the first part of this show. I wanted to encourage you to take a break. Get you a vacation. Hey, Pepita. Yeah, get you a vacation. Make sure that you're taking time out for yourself, and absolutely make sure that you're drinking water. I just want to throw that in there because I'm not a water drinker. So I want to make sure that you're drinking water. And so now I had a story to tell y'all because this is a leisure show. This is actually a real talk show. Just chitter, chatter. Yes, I do wear my headpiece when I'm lying down. So, you do what you want to do with your hair, but I love covering up my head when I'm laying down. So my story that I wanted to talk about, y'all, was when I was dating this ex-professional football player. I mean, I was dating this guy for a while. It was probably one of the longest relationships I ever had. And he used to play, and I don't know, I haven't seen any video of him actually playing, but he was on the what's that red? That green and white team. Oh, the New England Patriots. He was on their roster. And so then when he stopped playing for them, he ended up, both of my little sisters up here, I see. He ended up playing for New England Patriots, and then he ended up not playing for them because of an injury. And I want to encourage all of our young people that perspiring to, or aspiring, not perspiring, aspiring to play sports and stuff, please get your education as well, because anything could happen to where it doesn't work out in that manner of you playing sports. But nobody can take away your knowledge, okay? So back to him. So he was playing for the New England Patriots, and then of course he got cut because he got hurt, and he ended up coming to work where I was working, right? Well, he was there first, and that's where I met him. But he was a piece of work, y'all. I mean, he was a piece of, I know he used to cheat on me. I know he did. Because he was just so adamant about what I was doing all of the time, where I was going, who I was with. And y'all, that's signs of a person cheating. Now, I see I got somebody on the line with me. You could talk to me as well, talk back to me. But when a person is always making accusations like you're the one cheating, that's a red flag. I'm telling you, if you don't know it, it's a red flag, because 9 times out of 10, they are the one that is cheating, okay? I'm trying to teach y'all something for y'all that don't know. Watch them when they always accusing you, especially when you're not doing anything. Listen, we went to the barbershop one time. I had to take my son to the barbershop. And so we go in the barbershop, and he sees this guy I used to know. Let me say, I used to know. All he knows is that I knew him. So I introduced them to each other. And I was like, this is so-and-so, this is so-and-so. And he said, when we got in the barbershop, he was like, oh, you was with him. You was with him. That was your man. That was your man. I'm like, huh? How did you get all of that out of me just saying, this is, my friend here, we used to work together? But see, that's how people that always doing something, that's always being deceitful, that's always cheating, that's what they do. They accuse you first because they know that that's the stuff they do. Now, yeah, he was totally right. He was correct. I used to date the guy, and I believe he was a little bit intimidated because the guy was really buff, because he was actually a bodybuilder for the military. And yes, I used to date him. That's all I used to date. Everybody I dated was looking like bottle type. So this dude, he was a former football player. So you can imagine when the muscles gone, he done gained all this weight and stuff like that, right? So he was very intimidated about old dude. And so he was just kept accusing. I mean, that went on for days. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, have I talked to him since we left the barbershop? Have I called him since we left the barbershop? I mean, what is the problem? All I did was introduce you to the man. I had a life before I met you, And I think that was the only thing that actually calmed him down, was the fact that I had to make him realize that I hadn't even talked to anybody. He'd been up under me the whole time since, we had went to the barbershop. But he constantly was all over me about what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, And that thing just bothered me, y'all. And I'm, we just talking story here, so y'all can chime in if y'all had any experience like this. But so like when I went to the police academy, because yes, I was police officer certified. Yes, I was. I got a number and everything, y'all, that would stick with me for the rest of my life. When I went to the police academy, I was in class, and we had an hour break, and so I would team up with some of the other cadets. Oh, excuse me. And we would go to eat lunch. Well, I mean, this guy was like always pulling up, and one day he insisted that I was going to go to lunch with him, right? And I had already made plans. Now, y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not. Tell me if I'm wrong. I had already told the people that I was in class with, hello. I had already told the people that I was in class with that I was going to lunch with them, right? Well, this guy pulls up in his truck, and I mean, he stops right in front of me. I mean, very close to my feet. That's how close he stopped to in front of me. And so he was like, I came to get you for lunch. And I'm like, well, I didn't plan on going to lunch with you. I had already had plans for lunch. And I told these guys I was going to go with them. Well, he got mad because I wouldn't change my mind and I wouldn't go to lunch with him. And so, I mean, when I tell you he got so upset, he drove off like in a skid, almost rolled over my feet. And, the people I was going to lunch was like, "Are you sure you want to go with us?" Because that brother is upset. And I mean, I couldn't understand it because I'm like, why are you, I felt like he was stalking me, because I'm like, why are you so upset that I'm not going to lunch with you when we didn't have plans to go to lunch? I can see if we had plans to go to lunch, but I didn't have plans to go to lunch with you. And you knew that I went to lunch with these people every day. Every day, and so I wasn't going to change my plans just because you wanted me to go to lunch. And y'all, let me tell you something. When I got out of class that day, for those who just came in, I was, like I said, I was at police academy, and the guy that I was seeing was very overly aggressive. And so when I got out of class that day, he was wanted to argue about why I wouldn't change my plans to go to lunch with him and all that stuff, right? Then he started accusing me. Look, y'all, he accused me of the oldest person in the class. The oldest man in the class. Oh, okay. Okay, Puppy. All right, Angel. Gotcha. But yeah, he accused me of the oldest person in the class of cheating on him with. And I'm like, this man is married. He's a deacon at the church. He ain't thinking about me in that way. I mean, it was always something, y'all, that he was worried about. Now, granted, in the beginning of the relationship, right? I was now I was, I had men, gentlemen callers. I had my friends. And so in the beginning of the relationship, yeah, he did catch me on the phone with somebody. Because y'all remember them old cell phones when we first came out? If you clicked over and clicked back over, they could hear you talking to somebody. Y'all remember right at the beginning, they could hear you talking. And so he heard me talking to this man on the phone when he clicked over. So I had actually left my door open for him to get in my house. So it wasn't like I was trying to hide nothing, but yeah, I was talking to somebody. And so he came, I was upstairs laying on the bed like I'm doing now, right? And so I was upstairs and he came up those steps. Now he was a big dude. I don't even know how he got up those stairs so quietly that I could not hear him. So I'm in there just talking. I mean, I'm talking story. And next thing you know, he's standing over me. And like I told y'all, he used to play football. So he came and rushed me. And he was like, "You in here talking to another man?" And blah, 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 blah. And y'all, he pushed me in my chest. I mean, pushed me in my chest like it was like a football move, right? That thing hurt so, when I tell y'all, it hurt so badly when he pushed me in my chest that I reached back. I reached back with my right hand. I reached back to the cubby hole of my headboard to get my it wasn't a 380. I had a Glock to get my Glock. And what had happened, I had moved the Glock the night before because it was there and I didn't want to hear some noise in my house, and I reached to get the Glock and it'd be my son, and I had that accident. So I had to move the Glock so that I would get up to look for it if I ever needed it, for safety, because I was law enforcement. I'm not going to lie. At the time, I didn't lock my piece up and I kept it ready. I my whole thing was I want to make sure that I can get to my weapon when I needed it. It was stupid, but I didn't lock it up. They didn't give me a box for it either. So it won't like, it was mandatory that we locked it up. I kept it in my holster or I kept it in my cubby hole when I wasn't working in the holster. And so and just so for you people that's worried to death, I taught my son how to shoot a weapon so that he wouldn't be curious. See, that's be our problem. A lot of times we don't teach our children stuff that they're curious about. When they ask you about something, sometimes you need to go ahead and teach them. So I taught my son about weapons and how to shoot weapons so that he wouldn't be curious and take my weapon when I wasn't around. So let's get off of that. So going back, I reached back to get the Glock. And baby, let me tell you something. I can see how and why he played for the professional football team, because he got down those steps so fast that by the time I got out that bed to get the weapon, I got to the door, he was gone, y'all, in his car and gone. And so the whole thing was that, yes, I was probably going to get ready to do some time because I was about to let him have a few pieces of that lead. I'm going to tell you that right now for pushing in my chest. My chest was so sore, y'all. I couldn't believe he had put his hands on me, And I don't do domestic violence, so, I was not getting ready to be messing with him off of that. Oh, y'all, listen. He came to my house and he was just apologizing. I had never seen a man cry like that. He was crying so hard and so deep and I'm so sorry. It was the cry with the serpent. I'm so sorry. I couldn't believe it, y'all. I'm telling you, right? But the thing is, I went and I had packed and this was after I had packed up and went stay with my cousin for a few days, and that's when he came back and he was apologizing. But I had never seen it. But I'm gonna tell you though, that was the only time that I had went through that and actually stayed with the person, because I did continue to date him, but I'm telling you, he had never did it again. He never put his hands on me and stuff like that. And even like when he would fuss at me, I would be like, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but you need to get that fixed quick. He would always straighten up with me because he knew I'd be out. I didn't let men talk to me any kind of way. Like I see some of these women and men just be saying whatever they want to say to them and calling them out their name. No, you couldn't do that to me. I'm like, I'm sensitive. You don't get to talk to me like that. So what I did was I went on and I went with it, but y'all, that junk got worse and worse and worse because he ended up continuously lying and cheating, right? So this one, look, as he told me, we had plans to go out. We had plans to go out one time, and he told me, he said, after work, make sure you got your bags ready. I'm going to pick you up and we're going to head out. Now, where we were going, I don't know. It was either somewhere between Savannah and Tybee Island or to Jacksonville. But either way, it was supposed to have been a surprise. What a surprise to me was when I got home from work and I had paid the babysitter to keep my son for that weekend, honey. I already paid her and got home, had my stuff packed, waiting for him, ready for him. Nowhere to be found he was. I'm calling, not answering the phone, y'all. I'm like, what in the world? So I'm thinking the worst, something that happened to him and stuff like that, right? And so then, let me tell y'all, 2 days later, he actually calls me. And I'm like, where are you? He tells me he's in Florida. And I'm like, what are you doing in Florida? He says, my kid's mama went into the hospital. I had to come and take care of the kids, right? So now I'm like, what? I said, well, what's wrong with her? He said, well, something was wrong with her stomach. So immediately I'm saying, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? Was she pregnant? Did she have a baby? He was like, no, she won't pregnant. She didn't have no baby. I said, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm already upset because of what you did. I said, because you could have told me that you had the emergency, you had to go be with your kids. I said, so you need to tell me the truth. Did she have a baby? And he was like, no, she did not have a baby. I said, okay, so I let that went. I let it go, y'all. I let it go. And but you know me, I was on the move now because I'm already searching for my next. I'm telling you, I'm searching for my next, okay? And so what happened was this guy that I used to date when I was in the military, we started talking and stuff. He started, my phone numbers always get around to the people that need to get around to. So we started talking, and he would call me and stuff. So when the guy, he was at my house one time, the one that used to be an ex-football player. He was at my house, and the guy that was in the military called me, and okay, how can I put it? No. We had been talking earlier that day, so the ex-football player went downstairs. I was upstairs. He went downstairs and checked my phone, y'all. Check my phone. That's why I'm telling you, it's always the one that's doing something that's always looking for something. He checked my phone. On my phone, yes, was the number to the guy. Probably the last number. He dialed the dude's number, y'all. Dialed his number up. And he brought me the phone. So the first thing I'm like is, what are you doing with my phone? He's like, somebody want to talk to you. And he threw me the phone, right? I listen, it was like I was in a movie. I couldn't believe it. And so he threw me the phone. And when he threw me the phone, the guy that I was once stationed with said, listen, when you two idiots get y'all stuff together, you call me back. Right. So now I'm like, oh my God. And so I was like concentrating on not the fact that it was another man on the phone. I was concentrating on, what were you doing with my telephone? Why was you touching my phone? And why would you dial somebody's number from my phone, And he was like, no, forget that. He was cussing and stuff. Forget that. Is that who you want to be with? Is that who you want to be with? And all that stuff. I was like, yeah, that's who I want to be with. That's who I want to be with. So, girl, listen, y'all. He left out the house, left my door wide open. Just dirty, y'all. Just dirty. Left the door open. I had to go downstairs and close up my house and lock the door and stuff like that. But I'm like, it's all because he picked my phone up and dialed my phone. So this ain't even the kicker, y'all. The kicker is this. Come to find out, okay, he really didn't want to leave me, so he's still always up in my face and stuff like that. Even after I told him that I wanted to be with the guy that I used to be stationed with, right? So I'm making plans for real to go see the guy in Texas. And he just begging me, the other guy, begging me not to go. Don't go. And we trying to build a family and all this stuff, right? So I'm like, listen, you already know what I told you. I already know that I'm trying to move on and stuff. Look, y'all, this dude would not let me move on. I would go to work and I'm telling people, yeah, we done. And, people would try to talk to me because, I was a pretty good person. I was decent. I was cute. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. Don't be twisted by this thing on my head now. I was looking good. And so, he would tell him, no, we still together. We still together. And it'd be some nice looking guys trying to talk to me at work. And they'd be like, listen, you need to handle your business first because old boy telling everybody y'all still together, and I don't want no parts of that. They ain't want no parts of that. He was huge, y'all. He was huge. Do you hear me? He was well over 6 feet. He was an ex-football player. He played the I don't know what you call it, the one that runs all over people and stuff like that. So he want no little dude. And they did not want to be bothered with him because he was crazy. Okay. Anyway, Nazo, I know I was looking good. I know how good I was looking back then when I was young. But thank you, though. Thank you for your comment. But I was looking good. And I get a lot of compliments. I do. I get a lot of compliments still. Right now, I ain't got my stuff on, but I'm good. But thank you, Nazo. Anyways, goodness. So the guy, where was I at? The guy, okay. He wouldn't leave me alone. And so what I had to do, I had to back off. I had to back off from trying to date other people. I had to back off. Well, that's how it works in the United States. We tell ourselves we look good because it's called self-validation. And we believe in validating ourselves over here. We don't need anybody to validate us over here, honey. That's not how it works here. You tell yourself how you look. You believe in yourself and you believe good things about yourself. So no, we don't wait for nobody to tell us how we look and how we this and that and all that stuff. And don't make me put no makeup on up here because baby, you wouldn't be to tell me nothing. I'm telling you that right now. But so look, y'all. So he would I had to leave. I couldn't move on because I had to get rid of him. Okay. I had to get rid of him. Sometimes you gotta step back and you got to fix stuff before it gets worse. So I had to fix what I had with him, meaning I had to get him to a position where he would want to end things, where he wouldn't be a problem for me and anybody else, right? So this is what I did. Y'all, check this out. Okay, I stepped back. I started spending time with him until I went to his mama house. Went to his mama house one day. His children were there, okay? All I knew about was two boys. His two boys was there. I saw this little girl walking around. Little girl looked like a little quarterback. I ain't even gonna lie. The little girl looked like a little quarterback, okay? I was like, who is this little broad shoulder little girl? You know what I'm saying? So I ain't say nothing. I thought, I didn't know who baby it was. I really didn't, because I thought I knew all the children in the family. And so he wasn't there, but his sister was there. He wasn't there. So his sister was there. And so y'all see Nonzo keep messing with me. Y'all see Nonzo keep messing. Nonzo, then you say it then. Tell me I look good, Nonzo. Tell me I look good. Even right now, tell me that I'm beautiful. Tell me, Nonzo. Tell me, since you want to tell me that to say that I look good myself, that I don't score myself. You tell me that I look good. So look, y'all. So anyway, so the baby was walking around. So I asked the sister, I said, who is that little girl, right? And she said, that is their sister, right? And I'm like, what? And she was talking about my friend's sons. I said, that little girl is their sister? She said, yeah. Now, no, she never said that's his daughter. He said, that is their sister. Let me see what. Yes, did allow me to say it, not you score your. Then say it, Nonzo. Say it. Tell me then. You crazy. You just. So anyway, she said that is their sister. So when he got to his mama house, I said, that little girl, how old is she? And he told me how old she was, and quickly I calculated in my mind all the way back to that day. Remember that I told y'all that we were supposed to go out for the weekend? I had paid the babysitter and he didn't show up and didn't contact me for 2 days. That day was the day she was born. I calculated that thing real quick, y'all. So I said, why didn't you tell me that you had a daughter? And he was like, I don't even know if she my daughter. I said, don't lie to me and don't deny that child, because I will slap you right in your face. Oh, I was mad. I didn't care how big he was at that point. I was like, you're not getting ready to deny your own child. Y'all don't believe in men denying their children. I said, that little girl looked just like you. She's shaped like a quarterback. That is your child, you know. And he was like, I'm sorry. I was like, no, I said, you can't apologize your way out of this. I said, that's why you were so worried about what I was doing, who I was talking to, how I was talking, where I was going, because you knew you had been lying to me, And so that was my out, y'all. That was my out. That was the way that I was going to end this relationship. And so what I did, I grabbed my baby and I told him, I said, listen, this is over. If you don't even understand it, it's over. Don't tell nobody else we still together. Don't tell nobody else that it's not over. I said, this is over. I'm serious. And I took my baby and we left, right? And then, so eventually he would like call me or he'd come up on my house. And I was like, look, do I need to help you find a girlfriend? Do I need to help you find somebody to replace me? Because this is over. So I was still, trying to help him break loose, because I didn't want him scaring off anybody that was trying to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I just really didn't no mess. I don't like mess, and I don't believe in men fighting over me. Do not fight over me. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? It make me look bad. And so it took a minute though, but he ended up, going away, and I guess he had found somebody else, because I was done. At that point, we are finished. If when a woman say she gonna help you find a replacement for her, you got to know that relationship is over. And it was definitely over for me, because I asked him, y'all. I asked him, was there another baby? Did she have a baby? Because at the time, it would have been okay, because she would have got pregnant before he and I had met. You know what I'm saying? So it was okay with me if she was pregnant and had a baby. But the fact of the matter was the lie. It was all in the lie that he told about not having the baby. And then the baby around there walking. The baby walking, y'all. So y'all know she had to be at least close to a year. And he was still lying about it. Never told me. And the mama had the baby at the house. Come on, y'all. That lady must have thought I was just crazy. And then on top of everything else, y'all remember the story when I told you about how the preacher was talking about some woman was messing with a married man. Remember I told y'all that he had lied about being married and stuff. It was terrible. And that's why when men lie to me, this is more of the entire story. Well, anybody, but men in general, when I'm in a relationship, if you lie to me, I will leave you. I will get away, far away, because lies will get you killed. Y'all remember I said that before? Lies will get you killed. And that's why I don't do lies. If you lie to me, I don't care how good you look, how fine you are, how much money you got in your pocket. I am getting far, far away from you, because I'm not getting ready to deal with nobody lying to me. You see what I'm saying? So, look, that was my story time for the day. I didn't feel like trying to do no show for you, but I do want you to get your vacation in. Make sure you relax. Make sure you celebrate you, and just be lazy for a minute, because that's what I'm about to do. I already got my little clothes out. I'm about to get put some clothes on for when the guests come. But I'm going to be lazy for the rest of this day. Do you hear me? So I thank y'all so much for joining me with Real Talk Live with Arnette D Love. I will do more story times because I got a whole bunch of stories I think y'all to be interested in. But this is just a chill day for me. I never came to y'all relax like this, but I will, because we're going to do more story times as well, so I can let y'all into some of the experiences that I've been through. All right, now y'all take care of yourself and make sure you get your rest. God loves you. I love you. Make sure you love yourself so you can go on and properly love someone else. Until we should meet again, may the good Lord cover you with his protection. In Christ's name, amen.